Welcome to Reflections with Vindesh, a weekly discussion series that challenges our perception of the world and ourselves. Learn more at thedispassionateobserver.com. That's THEDISPASSIONATEOBSERVER.com. Nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide. When desires are endless. When our demons are inside. Forgive me, I've taken some creative liberties with an old song, Nowhere to Run. The old song is about love. And when I heard Nowhere to Run, I thought not of love, but of the futile exercise that so many of us go through. Our need to run towards a fantasy that we have created, an ideal set of circumstances, and our simultaneous tendency to run away from the imperfections, the insecurities, the fears that we carry around. Yet we cannot run towards what does not exist. We cannot run away from what lives inside. And when we realize this truth, we will realize that in fact, there is nowhere to run to. Let's think about this in more concrete terms. We have talked in the past about our desire for more, our dissatisfaction with what is. We want more money, more status, more fame, more love, more security, more accommodation. And perhaps we have reached a sufficient level of self-awareness to realize that more will not satisfy. Yet even in this state, many of us play the same game. We may not feel great about ourselves today, yet we think, one day I'll conquer my anxiety. One day I'll get my finances in order. One day I'll step out of this rat race and live in a more peaceful environment, and then my life will fall into place. So we play the same game. We run towards that which does not exist, except in the cinema of our mind. And simultaneously, as we run towards these fantasies, we necessarily run away. We are running towards something because something is lacking in our present experience. It could be that we simply cannot sit still, that we need more stimulation, more excitement. It could be that we berate ourselves, we get down on ourselves. We're not as successful as we could be. We are not as smooth, as suave, as engaging. And we run away from that towards a more satisfying mental picture. Or the anxiety that hangs over us like a dark cloud proves to be too much to bear, and we run away from that to a safer space. And this process of running towards that which does not exist and away from that which we cannot escape means that we can never rest. So why do we do this? Why do we choose this insane path? We do so because the alternative feels terrifying. What would it feel like to stop running, to realize that there is nowhere to run to. My God, that would be scary. We would have to deal with the uncomfortable truths about ourselves, the parts of ourselves that we simply don't like, the aspects of ourselves that do not measure up, the pain, the fear, the boredom that keep us moving forward. And conversely, what would happen if we stopped running and stopped chasing that fantasy? Well, that fantasy gives our life meaning. It gives our life importance. And if we recognize that it is an illusion, my God, what have we been living for? Who are we? What do our lives mean? By simply stopping, by simply accepting what is, we are forced to confront the monsters that live inside. We are forced to confront the idea that everything we have worked towards, that everything we aspire to, is simply an attempt to move away from reality, simply a distraction with no foundation, no actual meaning. And those thoughts are terrifying. Yet if we can push through that fear, if we can simply sit still and accept what is, accept our imperfections, our insecurities, our anger, our jealousy, our shortcomings, if we accept that we've been chasing a dream, that we've been trying to run away from what is, and if we vow, my God, I am not going to run anymore, we can become accustomed to what is. We can stare our fears in the face. We can realize that this isn't so bad. There is nothing wrong. We can find a coherence, a satisfaction, a meaning that we never knew existed. If you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving a review on Podbean, iTunes, or your favorite podcasting app. Every 5-star review allows us to share more unique and insightful content. Learn more at thedispassionateobserver.com. Thanks for listening, and please tune in again next week. Peace.